Okay, just so you know, if like a text message or something comes through, I always put like an I over it just to protect the privacy of those who are messaging me, right? They don't ask to be on the internet. so, so yeah. All right, let's see what we have here today. What do we have? What do we have? All right. The window is open, so obviously I'm not gonna worry about the sound. If it bothers you, that's an unfortunate situation to be in. Someone's on a motorcycle right now. That could be significant for someone watching this. I hate how they put tarot on everything, because to me this isn't tarot, but whatever. Same thing with my biblical quote-unquote tarot deck. To me, it's not really tarot. Because it shows the scriptural stuff on it, but I use it the way that, Okay. There's a lot here coming out. The Lovers, the Devil, the Star, and the Magician. Okay. Make sure this volume's up. Interesting. And then the Empress is on the bottom. Okay. So with lovers, in any connection you are going to have some sort of struggle because there's a lesson to be learned. There's like elements of yourself that you're seeing through another person. Every relationship you have, whether that's with your parents, your siblings, cousins, family, right? Or in romantic, like the lovers romance, you will learn something about yourself. Some people are meant to awaken things in your life that are extremely painful, and that is through what most of us would call like karmic relationships. So they are karmically, which usually is painful. It's extremely painful to have someone treat you poorly, abuse you, right? So when you're in those types of connections, those individuals are needing to see the devil within them. I think that someone is having heightened awareness of that devil, the shadow side of themselves, the part that rejects God. There's some sort of ending in one connection, and it says, but you're also getting justice because luck is on your side. So just because you go through a hard time and that hard time ends, which is healthy, right? You want the bad times to end. We also are in a transition of, okay, this might be a bad time, but something new is around the corner, because it says here, emerge from the shadow into something new. And it says, remember, every ending is a door to a fresh start. And you are manifesting this new beginning for yourself, because the Magician is at the end. That's a manifestation. That's a manifestor, a manifestation card. It says duality, diversity, plurality, blessings. So there's blessings at the end of this experience, right? You go through the hard stuff and then you're at the top of the wheel. It's just like the Wheel of Fortune, where if you're at the bottom of the Wheel of Fortune, you're not having any blessings. You're actually learning lessons that will make you appreciate the blessings that are at the top of the wheel. Because if we don't go through hardship, if we don't go through pain, how can we appreciate it when we don't have pain and suffering? That's why pain and suffering exists. How can we actually know that we are blessed if we don't go through hardship. We wouldn't know. We would be ignorant to the fact that we have everything. We are very blessed to have this, a roof over our heads. How many times have you told your kids, if you're a parent, you're so ungrateful? What do you think God is saying to us? You're so ungrateful. Every time we're, praying for something better, He's probably like, well, do you even recognize what you have in front of you right now? Like the blessing that you have? You have a roof over your head. You have food in the fridge. Maybe you live with family and they are taking on the responsibility of caring for you or others, right? Maybe you are a single parent and you're living with family. If you are married to your spouse, right, you have a husband or a wife situation, do you appreciate the person that's there with you? Do you actually appreciate the help that they provide? The financial support and the help of their presence? And if they're not helpful, then maybe this is where there's like a divorce, some sort of ending because you're having some sort of struggle. Again, there's always going to be struggle in relationships. It's really about whether someone is dedicated and loyal to the fact that this is the person I want to build all of those things with. So coming to some sort of understanding of myself is key to me understanding how I can compromise, how I can be a better teammate, right? A better player in the game. I'm seeing the game It Takes Two, so that could be significant for some of you. Look up the game. You have to have two players in the game. It's a boy and a girl, and it's a mom and a dad. It's really sad. It's about divorce. It's actually really interesting. The game is about two parents that are separating or getting divorced, and they end up sort of like shrinked down to, little miniature versions of them, and they have to sort of get through obstacle courses throughout the entire house, including the garage, even outside. Kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but the other way around, where the parents, right? And I think there's one sequel to that where the parents actually get shrunk down and they have to get back to the kids. So it's kind of like that. And the two players in the game have to work together. And if you don't work together well, you're not going to get to the next level to get to your kids, basically. So I don't know why I'm seeing that game in my head. I'll clarify the Lovers. Ooh, Five of Wands, Joseph and his jealous brothers. Genesis 37:18-36. Look that up. That will be very important for you to read those sections. If you want to, just read Genesis 37, the whole thing. That actually might be the whole thing. King of Cups. Nehemiah rebuilding Jerusalem. Nehemiah 2:17-18. Okay. You're handing back some sort of keys to someone here. You're like handing back, here's the keys to the house. Like, I'm moving out. That's what I was saying. There's like some moving here. You're like, I'm going to rebuild my life. You might be getting keys to a new building, a new house, a new apartment, whether you rent or own. But you're separating from someone here where there was a lot of struggle, where you were not receiving a lot of sustenance, and you were not receiving a lot of like quality spiritual connection with this person. This card is about true partnership, and you've been struggling. Maybe you had a lot of people, gossiping around you, discouraging you from this connection. Maybe this is about a relationship that you've already left. Maybe this is a divorce that you're having or already had. See, it says have a true partnership while maintaining your freedom. The only way the only way you can be in a relationship is having your independence, your autonomy, but also working together as a team. Meaning you're not giving up your self-care for another person. Your self-care matters. So like that means like after work, if you have to go to the gym and work out, your partner needs to understand that after work, I'm going to the gym to unwind and work out, and then I'm going to come home. That's self-care. I have 11:11 on the clock. You can see it right there. So that's important for you. When you're constantly feeling like people are jealous, maybe you're experiencing a partnership where the person has been jealous of you and you can feel it, but you can't really figure out why. Sometimes we end up in relationships where the person is jealous of us in some way. Maybe we're more talented than them. Maybe, they want to do something, but then you have an ability that you've always had, and they're sort of jealous of the fact that you're able to easily express yourself. You're able to easily show off your talents, and they're too shy to. We can really get jealous of all kinds of things. Let's say that you're a parent and you struggle with the other parent, the co-parent, right? And you're not with that parent anymore and you're co-parenting and you struggle with that relationship because the person is it's extremely difficult, but then the other person, like your partner that you're married to or in a relationship with, let's say they have like free access to their kids, the co-parent and them get along, everything's perfectly fine, then you could have a little resentment or jealousy, which would make you maybe treat your co-parent worse, or do things that are just unnecessary, right? And so I'm seeing that potentially for you guys here. You also could have siblings or family members around you that are extremely jealous of you. So anytime you have a good relationship, maybe you had a good relationship with someone and it got broken apart because of all of the people. Like, right, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Something has really like scarred you. It's really broken you down emotionally. Clarify the devil, temperance, and the queen of candles, the queen of wands. So we have Mary and Martha, Luke 10:38 through 42. See, there's jealousy. I can't believe it. This is jealousy. This moment with Jesus Christ, Mary and Martha. Mary is sitting talking to Jesus. She's learning, right? She's an apostle of Jesus Christ. Martha is the one serving everybody at this, gathering inside the home. And she notices that Mary is not helping. Why is Martha having to do everything, but Mary can just sit and learn from Jesus? And so Jesus addresses Martha, and he sort of corrects her and teaches her through her own jealousy, through her own sort of negative feelings that she's creating around the situation, right? The Buddha says, when we make offense, we create offense. So, oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't what it was. I'm sorry. The Buddha actually said, when we take offense, we create offense. So you can take offense to what someone says, and then you're going to treat that person or behave differently with that person. You might have a different tone of voice. You might have an attitude. You might be a little short with that person. You might even go all out and yell and scream and throw a tantrum. You might be rude and huffy everywhere you go, like Martha, walking through the house saying, like, why is it me that has to serve? You see how she doesn't want to serve? You see how she's stubborn? This is about a stubborn lover. This is someone who doesn't want to serve others. This is someone who's jealous of they don't have this Queen of Wands energy within them. They have like sort of the negative energy of a Queen of Wands. And a negative Queen of Wands is like a Jezebel spirit. Someone who's extremely jealous, someone who will be nice to your face but talk so much crap behind your back. This is an extremely jealous lover. So this is someone that you're dealing with that you have struggled to have any sort of foundation with, to the point where you have to give them the keys to the house. You have to give them the keys to the apartment. You have to walk away from the situation and build something new somewhere else, because you can't build when every time you try to build with this person, see how in the background everything's in scaffolding? It's under construction. This effing person, excuse my language, this effing person that you're dealing with, this sort of stubborn energy is what I'll say. This person wishes they could be the leader and the prophetess. They put out there as if they are this person when they're not. But they're constantly destroying the building, right? There's holes, there's patches, there's bricks that are falling off places, and you're putting up the scaffolding and trying to fix it, and then they keep knocking it down again. And you're constantly under construction. This relationship is constantly under construction, or this is what it was like. The world underneath. Okay, the star. Three of Gains, building Solomon's temple, 1 King 6, and Saul's conversion, which is, isn't Saul, Apostle Paul? Apostle Paul, I believe. Am I correct? I think I am. Saul's conversion, Acts 9, Ace of Feathers. Okay. So you are seeing, through your humility, the justice that you're bringing into your existence, or that this is something that you are being shown by spirit, is that you are finding ways, whether that's with other people. See how he's building, he's like got the scaffolding, right? And then you have this, you're building. You realize that you can build not just the building, but you can actually build more than that. You could have a lot of things that you sort of dream up in your mind if only you have the right people around you. And so you're strategically, or you were at one point, strategically placing these, like the plan layouts. See how there's like the plan layouts here and the plan layouts there, and they're all sort of conversing over the different elements of the building to create that structure. You're already thinking, okay, like what do I need in my life so that I can have what I want and manifest what I'm looking for, what I've been looking for. And you're having that vision, that revelation. You're seeing it for the first time. It's making sense now. Like God is trying to reach you, and he's trying to reach you, and he keeps on trying to reach you, and you didn't listen, and you continued not to listen. You ignored the warning signs. You ignored the red flags. You saw the red flags from a mile away, but you ignored them. Why? Because there was something that made you believe that this person and you could have a true partnership. But the unfortunate part is, the reason why you can't is because there is no such thing as maintaining freedom with this person. This person has to control every aspect of your existence. Where you are, they need to know where you are at all times. They're very controlling, overbearing, kind of like a helicopter mom or a helicopter dad, someone who's just constantly hovering. This is an abusive relationship with an abuser, man or woman, but this person is someone who has to have access to you at all times. Like if they go to if you want to work out, oh, we have to go to the gym together. You can't be by yourself because there's other women working at the gym, and I don't trust that you won't cheat on me. Why are you with someone that you can't trust? It's one thing if you're in a relationship, you have a level of trust with someone and they break that trust in the relationship, and you're giving them an opportunity to prove that they can trust you again. You're trying to build trust again in the relationship. Maybe that's what happened, or maybe this person just has a long history of being extremely overbearing and controlling, which is very narcissistic in ways, and they control everything. And now you are freeing yourself. And the interesting part is, maybe it doesn't feel like luck is on your side, but luck is on your side if you would just release. And if you have released, then you have to make sure that you're doing it humbly, with a lot of humility. Like, I think that this situation has really brought injustice for you, meaning you're seeing your past mistakes. You're seeing where You made a mistake. You're learning, oh, this isn't what I really want. I thought I wanted this type of situation. No. I thought I wanted this person. No, I was wrong. Okay, clarify the Magician. But it looks like you're going to be building with other people. Young David, 1 Samuel 16:14 through 23, and Jacob wrestles with God, Genesis 32, 22, 32. That's interesting. 322232. That could be significant for someone here. The number 3 could be very significant. We have the number 5, 14, which breaks down to a 5, and a 3 and a 1 that makes a 4. So 554, 455, the number 55. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So you are sort of you've been led back to the beginning, is what I keep. Okay. You know, like when you're at a crossroads and you make a decision, okay, should I go left or should I go right? And you're like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. Excuse my language, but oh no, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go left. And then you walk down that path, and then all of a sudden, the path ends. There is literally no more road, and it just falls off a cliff. Are you gonna be the fool and jump off that cliff, like the Fool card? Or are you gonna mosey on back and choose the other direction, the right side versus the left side? And it feels like you have decided to mosey on back because you're like, I'm not taking this leap of faith and jumping off this cliff. I might just die. Because so far, it hasn't been an easy road. Lots of bumps. You know, might have stubbed your toe along the way. You know, that kind of thing. Your ego is bruised. You know, you had to walk through, like, branches that whipped you because you didn't bring your machete with you because you didn't know what kind of road you were going down. Right? So you're trucking back up the road to get to the right lane, and you're starting from the beginning now. You've literally had to do more steps in life because you took the wrong road. And why were you taking the wrong road? Because you were fighting with God. You're like, no, God, I don't want this. I don't want it like this. I want it like this. And God's like, bro, if you don't stop, you're going to fall off this cliff, you're going to die, and then you're going to disappear. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with you. You wrestling with God about what your path should be. This is why when we have expectations, as the Buddha said, it leads to so much suffering. And Jesus Christ himself had different ways of saying the same exact thing, that we only suffer when we have expectations of other people. We have expectations of what the outcome is going to be, other than just being blessed and grateful for the things that we have in front of us, the people we have in front of us. Understanding that their ignorance isn't our own, right? And I think that when we don't listen to God, we don't listen to our inner voice, and we're fighting against it. Imagine like God is speaking to you, right, internally, and you ignore God and you're fighting with, no, go away, I don't want to do that. Nope, that's not the direction I want to go. I want it to look like this. And God's like, but if you want it to look like this, it's not going to come into fruition. It's not going to actually build anything. We're not building anything because the way you decided to go leads to nowhere. Like, if you saw the sign that says dead end, are you going to keep going to that dead end? That's basically what God was like. God was, you were walking down the path, the wrong path, and God was trying to push you backwards. Like, hey, go back the other way. I don't approve of this direction. This is not a part of your plan here. But instead of continuing, you just pushed on God until you got to the end of the road, and you ignored the 10 signs that said, go the other way, go the other way, go the other way. Dead end, dead end, dead end. Then you finally get to the dead end and you look over the cliff and you're like, what the hell was I thinking? Because look what's on the bottom of the deck. Four of Cups. Jonah's anger. Jonah 4. Look, you're angry. You're so angry with yourself. You're so disappointed with yourself. This literally happened. This is actually interesting part of this message. Then I will just share. So my son, he has been told so many years, if you kick a ball across to the yard, in our neighbor's yard, you have to walk around the house and you have to go grab it from the yard. And he's asked me many times, why can't I just climb the fence, right, Mom? It's the easiest and fastest way to go. I said, no, because you can hurt yourself. The fence is a metal fence and it's got sharp ends at the top. You don't climb fences. And anyone who tells you to do that, if it's your friends, don't fall for it because it could be so much worse, right? So what happens? He ignored the fact that he was told not to climb the fence. He was even told in that moment not to climb the fence. He went and climbed it anyway, and now he has a big cut on his leg. Why? Because he didn't listen. And what did he say after it happened? He said, Mom, I should have listened and I regret it. I regret it. I regret it. I regret it so bad, Mom. I regret it so bad. I will never do that again. Sometimes, no matter how many times, God tries to tell you, don't do this, just like your parents. There's a reason why I tell you not to do this. There's a reason behind everything I tell you. You may not fully understand why because you didn't experience it. But the one thing that God knows for sure is that through pain and suffering, you will learn. And that is why we go through pain and suffering. You will learn, and this is what you've learned. Whomever you are, you have learned that. You are angry with yourself. You are sulking and sitting under that depressed tree. You might have even had dreams about this lover or this relationship. You could be having dreams. Maybe you left a relationship, right? You had two relationships to choose and you chose the person that to you comes off extremely fiery and independent. Maybe you thought this person was super fiery and independent, and come to find out, not so much. Not so much. Clarify this Queen of Candles. Clarify Deborah, prophetess and leader. Judges 4. Clarify Deborah, prophetess and leader. Wow. Queen of Swords. Yeah. Okay, so on the outside, this Queen of Wands seems very like fiery, open, going on adventures, that kind of thing. But this person lies. The sword is down. This person is sneaky. This person is cutthroat. This is someone who the sword's energy also can be indicative of like spying. This person's a mental abuser because the swords are mental and the wands are communication. So this person is a mental and emotional abuser. They use their words to destroy people. They use their words to harm. This is the person you chose, not realizing, or maybe you did. You know, for example, this could be someone where you had opportunity to go to someone new, to have a new relationship with someone else, and you chose the past, right? And these could be the repercussions of that. We've all done it. I've done it. So I've done it several times, and majority of the time, it doesn't really work out. Especially if you could see that that person hasn't changed, right? Like, I had someone in my past tell me they went to Bible study, like a men's group, all this stuff, using spiritual and religious, this is what I would call spiritual and religious abuse. So they take something that like is very important to you. Like, so religion is extremely important to me. Spirituality, Father God, Jesus Christ, this is extremely important to me. So telling me that you're going to Bible study, telling me that you're, you know, involving yourself in the Lord's work, like you really want to be a different person, a better person, make better decisions, and then like as soon as you get back with that person, as soon as you have them in their grasp, you stop going to Bible study, you stop doing all that stuff. That's literally happened to me. So this could have been what happened to you. You literally were promised, oh, if you come back to me, I'm going to change, I'm going to be a nicer person, I'm going to be this, this is so different, I'm so different now, I've healed. And then no, they haven't done anything. They just said they did a lot, but they haven't really changed at all. That sucks. Okay, clarify the King of Cups. Nehemiah. Oh, snap. Oh no. Oh no, the Lovers in reverse, the Nine of Cups in reverse. You didn't know that this was not going to be wish fulfillment, that this person was literally going to be the Lovers in reverse. Your worst nightmare. Your freaking worst nightmare. You know what's interesting? The spirit box has not said it makes no sense. Why are... Oh my god, this thing has been saying words this whole time. Okay, what's the list of words that you've been saying? It makes no sense. When did it happen? Maybe. My death. Up here. Grandson. You are funny. See, I was talking about... That's so crazy. You can't see the... Let me see if you can see it. There. Let's see. I started it poisoned on the shelf. Okay. We're just gonna start back. So sorry. So sorry. My love. I didn't know. I thought I could hear you. We missed all these words. But anyway, so yeah, you didn't know that this person was just talking a lot. Nine of Wands. Angry, yeah. You're really angry. Yeah. Thank you so much for that confirmation. This Nine of Wands in reverse, this is someone that promised you so many things, so you put your guard down. They made this King of Cups, Nehemiah, put his guard down. They got you to put your guard down, masculine. And the Fool and the Judgment. This was karma because you could not, this is the lesson, right? So the lesson here is judgment, meaning the Fool. This was not a new beginning. The Fool is in reverse. This was not a new beginning. At all. Here, let me put this here. I want you to be able to see all the cards. But I guess not. I guess not. Put that there then.
My death.
Your death, my death. It feels like dying. You know, like when you really believe somebody and you feel hoodwinked. I love that word, by the way, hoodwinked. Oh man. You really loved this person, like you really cared about them, and you really thought that you know, there's a part of you, I feel, in this situation that you wanted to save this person. You know how we all want to save somebody from themselves? You think like by trying to save them means it shows that person that you love them. I'm here for you. We can get through these problems. But this person didn't want to get through the problems because they are the problem. In every situation they go to, they are the problem. This person needs mental and emotional help because this person is very...
Other side,
abusive. They always want you to see their side. They never want to see your side. Okay. Clarify this jealousy in the Temperance card. Because there's balance. This person is imbalanced. They're not balanced. Clarify the Temperance. Just because the card is in reverse doesn't mean the person is balanced. The Knight of Wands. Yeah. This person is they communicate as soon as the thought comes in their head, they say it. They just immediately say it. They say whatever's on their mind. This person is someone who, see how this person has like eyes all over his cloak? All eyes on me. I'm hearing Tupac. All eyes on me. This person is obsessed with people having their eyes on them at all times. You could be fighting with people. People could be angry with you because of the things this person has said about you, lied about you.
They need.
They need. There could be people around you that are all coming to you like all the time. They need you. They need you. Everybody needs you. You thought this person was going to be like a helping hand, someone who was going to build with you instead of just needing from you and taking. And that's not what happened. This person just takes, just like everybody else. Okay, clarify the 3 of coin, building Solomon's temple. 5 of swords in reverse, 6 of swords. Okay. You're not sneakily, okay. So you're not like sneaking around anymore.
Pilot.
Pilot, you are flying the freaking plane. You're not sneaking. You literally went into the pilot seat and you were like, heck no, we are not. I don't know why my band is disconnected. This is my health band. It's made for chronically ill people. It's called Visible. So if you are chronically ill, you have autoimmune diseases, you need to learn how to pace, meaning you have to like take a lot of breaks in between. It tells you your heart rate and other things that you could share with your doctor. I don't know why I'm not being paid to say this, but it has really helped me a lot. That's what that thing was on the screen for anyone who is interested in looking up the Visible app. Okay, Magician on the bottom. 8 of Pentacles. So, with all of this in reverse, 6 of Swords in reverse, 5 of Swords in reverse. 5 of Swords in reverse is really good. So this means that you're dropping the sneakiness. You're no longer going to sneak around. You're no longer going to hold back your thoughts and feelings. You're speaking up. You're sticking up for yourself in the situation.
Gain.
Gaining? Yeah, gain. You're gaining the strength is what I'm picking up. The word strength is coming out for me. And you're not hiding the fact that you're moving away from this situation. It's very well known that, like, let's say you're moving out of the house, you're getting a divorce, whatever this is. If this is just a relationship and you live with this person, you're finding a way to leave, separate. You're separating. You're moving away. I also feel with this 3 of coins, with building Solomon's temple, I think that you realize that the part of you that blocks you from having that North Star, like going towards your North Star, which would be if you think of Jesus' story where he was born, that rebirth. So being born again for you here. So for you to be born again here, you are recognizing that you have to backtrack and see why you went this way instead of this way. Why you went left instead of right. So you're actually going backwards.
I want to leave.
I want to leave. See, I want to leave. I want to get out of here. You're not holding that back. This is not a secret that you want to leave the situation. It's not a secret. You're just leaving. You're backtracking though too. So if you had to choose between 2 people, you're backtracking and trying to go back to the person that you didn't choose. If you went in one direction for a job and didn't choose a different, you're backtracking and you're trying to get employment in the type of job that you really want to go to. There's many things here. If you are used to going after women that are really immature and there's like a certain, no offense, bougetto, like whatever you want to call it. Someone who...
They're visiting you.
They're visiting you. Oh, okay, so maybe you're constantly, like, people are constantly coming over because this person's inviting their friends over and everything. You can never get, like, peace and quiet. This is what you're trying to get away from here. You thought that you could work with this person and you couldn't. So now you're seeing, what is this vision? What is this vision? What is this Saul's conversion vision? Something about shredding papers. I don't know why. I feel like you might be shredding your personal information or private information, or just making sure that this person doesn't have access to that. I don't know why I'm picking that up. Seven of Cups in reverse. You are not confused anymore. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You're not confused about this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You are not confused about this person. True. Thank you. You are not confused. This Queen of Pentacles has no vision. They have no options. This is also something you need to know. This person does not have vision or options. The person that you will have victory with, the strength. There's a Queen of Cups in your energy that gives you strength. They know how to communicate. Their communication is balanced. They have a lot of strength. They have a lot of humanity and humility. This is what's coming in at the end. So you might be starting a new relationship with someone that's just very loving, very giving. They stand on business, as they say. They're very strong. Look, like she's freaking holding someone's head and pulling it out of a bag. Like who, what? You know what I'm saying? Like you're coming in contact with a woman who's like, excuse me? Like someone who communicates clearly and is a good emotional...
Why are you asking?
Why are you asking? A good emotional communicator. They will have...
What year is it?
They'll have debates with you. They will have like adult conversations.
She hurt me.
Yeah. She hurt me. She hurt me. Yeah, you're talking to this person. Maybe you've told this person, if you know or have been encountering this person at all, this new person or someone that you're backtracking to, you've been telling this person like, she hurt me. This is what she did. Like you want this feminine to like put a little Neosporin on your little boo-boo and put a little Band-Aid on it and give it a little kiss and send you on your way. Okay, clarify. Oh, the shadow. The sun. The sun and the shadow. Wow, y'all. You've gone from wrestling with God to finally seeing God in a vision. Understanding that this Queen of Cups energy, this Queen of Pentacles energy in reverse. You also could have pushed away a Queen of Pentacles.
They're visiting you.
They're visiting me? Okay, so this Queen of Pentacles in reverse could be visiting you. It could be, again, maybe you live with this person, or they have access to you in some way. This person is just like, you finally see it. You see it for what it is. That's all I have to say about it. And the Tower is coming. There's a Tower over the Lovers and the Seven of Swords. Ten of...
Blessed.
Yeah, blessed. Yeah, it's a blessing. This ending, Seven of Swords, this person's very sneaky. Ten of Swords, the Lovers. This is like judgment on this whole situation. This is not... Yeah, this is a blessing that this is
downstairs.
Ending. Downstairs. Yeah, this is a blessing. Something about the basement. Something about the first floor. The living room. Yeah. Also, this Queen of Cups energy, or someone from the past, could be the sun. So by being in this past relationship with this Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, that was like you wrestling with God, wrestling against something you weren't supposed to be with, right? You're going to always have a struggle love with someone. It never ends. The struggle never ends. There's no break. There's no lessons learned in these types of connections. That's what I'm picking up. And this sun energy is like you coming back to yourself, coming back to maybe this person that you left behind, or just moving past. King of Wands. Yeah, Three of Wands. Mourning. Yeah, you're mourning. Someone here is just mourning the loss of this connection. They have to heal. You know, it hurts when Three of Cups, there could be third party situation here. Yeah, King of Cups, Four of Cups, sadness, loss. feeling defeated. 10 of Wands, so much burdens around this. Like, think about it. If you're leaving one situation and you're going into another, or you're leaving one situation to eventually enter into another, to have a new beginning, you have to go through this like loss, this mourning. Like, I'm sad, I'm introspective, going internally, thinking about the loss. Meaning, and it's not just thinking about the loss of this connection, it's thinking about what you could have had if you had never gone down the wrong path. That's the loss I'm talking about. So you could have been married to this person already if this is someone from your past in the future.
Accident.
Yeah, accident. What I'm picking up with that word accident is like, this is just one big mistake. One big mistake. Ten of Wands, yep. It's really burdening you. You're missing the Three of Wands. You're reminiscing about the past, what it could have been. Hanged Man. The Star. Four of Pentacles, because you were stubborn. Four of Pentacles, being stubborn. You didn't want to listen. Four of Wands, you would have had a house. Yeah. Three of Swords. Yeah, you hurt someone else to go in one way. Older. Maybe this person is older than you, or you're older than this person. The Devil. Yeah, the Devil really got you, bro. The Moon. The Ten of Pentacles. Your whole, this Devil energy, this Queen of Wands, was just after your money. Ten of Pentacles. The Moon. That's what was hidden, and you didn't know. You just didn't know. They just wanted to use you for your money. And they did. Because you're like literally broke and sad. Because look, you're sad. There's no like fulfillment here. Nine of Cups in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. Like, all of the cards that are supposed to be good cards are in reverse. The Six of Cups. That wasn't your soulmate. That's the yeah, that's the Tower moment. That was not your soulmate, Six of Cups. That was maybe someone from your past, but it was not a soulmate with it in reverse. That was like a karmic lesson. This was your lesson. And this is what you're upset about. The Ace of Cups. Yeah. Clarify this Ace of Cups. What is coming in the future? Here, let's switch decks. What is coming in the future for this? A new beginning. The Fool comes up right. The Knight of Cups. An offer. You could be offering somebody, like getting an offer. You could be receiving an offer, or you are giving an offer to a different Queen of Wands energy. Be careful if this old Queen of Wands comes back and wants to start over again. Be careful with that, because you're just going to go down the same cycle again.
By no means.
By no means. No means. Death. Death. If you go back to this person, you give them another chance. Six of Pentacles. In reverse, you're going to have a death. This Devil is here again. You're going to have a death. And the Tower. Yep. The Magician and the Three of Swords. You're going to have, it's the same cycle over and over again. If you enter back with this Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, this person's greedy. They only want money. That's why this Pentacles is in reverse. And they're very abusive emotionally and mentally. And they communicate very abusively. They offer nothing. They have no options. Seven of Cups. They have no imagination. They have no options. Seven of Cups in reverse. If this person tries to get you to go back to them, you're going to repeat the same cycle over and over and over again until your ass wakes up. You could literally die dealing with this person. Ace of Swords in reverse. This person's only lying to you if they come forward. King of Cups in reverse. You would be lying to yourself. So what is the...
Glasses.
Ten of Pentacles, you can have this Ten of Pentacles. How, Lord? How? Ace of Cups with the right person. If you just choose the right path. Knight of Pentacles, if you give a new offer somewhere else. The Emperor, that's you, taking charge, ignoring this person. Hanged Man, coming out of stagnancy. And the Star is on the bottom, which already came out. And I don't know why, but I have to go to the bathroom really bad. So this reading is about to end. Seven of Swords, if you stop with the drama because someone is stalking you. This person is stalking you, or you're watching the person that you're trying to go towards with the Strength energy. And you don't want this person to cut you off, like you're worried that the person you're going towards, Two of Pentacles, that you don't want the new person or the past person to juggle you. All right, I'm going to leave it at there. For some reason, I have to use the bathroom really badly right now, so that could be a sign for you. Keys. See the keys? I told you, I told you. Look, you're getting new keys, and you're giving your old keys back. You're moving on with your life. Hallelujah. Goodbye.
Lost in this cosmic abyss, my mind takes flight. Dark echoes pulsating, setting the stage.